All right, the answers to 17-2 practice. Check your understanding 9 and 10 and then the practice. So, what single dilation produces the same image as the composition of dilating by 2.5, then dilating by a half, then dilating by 6? I'm assuming that is just those three numbers multiplied together. We'll see. I haven't done it yet. 2.5 times 0.5 times 6 comes out to be 7.5. That's exactly correct. Explain why rigid motions are similarity transformations. Because they have they stay the same shape. They actually stay the same size too, and so that scale factor that they have is 1. So they keep the same shape. That's why there's similarity. Okay, so here they wanted you to first reflect it about y equals x. That's what they did right here. Remember, when you do that, just the x and y switch places. And then they want you to dilate it around the point 0.03. And so around the point 0.03, from this point right here, everything, sorry. Dilated about the origin 3 times as big. So this is 1, 2, 3. 3 times 3, that's 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times 4, that's going to be 12 long. And you could find the ordered, take each one of those ordered pairs, multiply the coordinates by 3, and you'll get the new coordinates. So for this one down here, this is the pre-image, and they want us to dilate it by a factor of 1/4 about the origin. So take all of the ordered pairs, multiply them by 1/4. That gives you B prime, C prime, and A prime right here, this little one. And then they want you to rotate it 90 degrees. So this was up, rotated 90 degrees, became left. This rotated 90 degrees came down here, and goodness, I can't tell which one's which. Anyway, so they rotated it 90 degrees. And then number 12, they wanted you to come up with 2 different. Now, the fact that they came up with 2 different compositions tells me that you don't have to have these 2. You could have a different one and it still be correct. So there's not a unique answer. This one says take this hexagon and dilate it about the origin using a scale factor of 2. So in other words, double each one of these ordered pairs, and it's going to be out here, here, across, down. So it's going to be just bigger. Okay. And then you would probably have to translate it 12 units to the right. Dilate it again with a scale factor of 2. That's probably not going to change, that you're dilating it with a scale factor of 2, but then they want you to reflect it about the line in the middle. So you'd want to reflect it. So you could do even more. I mean, you could, like, let's say, oh, I want to reflect it about, I'm going to dilate it and make it bigger. Okay, that's got to happen. Okay, so it's got to be this size. It's just not going to be in the right place. And this is looking terrible. But anyway, it'd be something like that. And then you could reflect it about this line right here. You reflect it about that line right there and then translate it over. So you could have 3. You could reflect it about this line right here. We flip it over here, then translate it. You could reflect it about this line right here, reflect it, and then translate it right, and then translate it down. So there's a gazillion different answers. But the first thing you got to do is get it the right size, and then you can move it around. Okay, I hope that helps. I can't tell you enough how important these kind of problems are, because in my opinion, the test is unfairly heavily weighted with transformation questions, and it's because it's so many parts of the book. It was in activity 9, it was in activity 10, it was again in activity I think it's 14, and then it was in activity 17. I mean, it just keeps popping up. over and over and over again. So it is in a lot of our activities, and that shows up on the test. So be sure, be sure, be sure you're capable of doing the questions. And multiple choice sometimes maybe is a little bit easier, and sometime between now and the time that you take your final, you will have a good opportunity to practice some multiple choice questions. But anyway, so please ask, send emails, go to online tutorials. We've got them during the day. If you're watching the videos and you want to come to tutorials during the day, we've got them in the evenings. We've got them right after, and then we've got them later in the evenings. So be sure you are taking advantage of all that and get all of your questions answered. If you want some additional problems to practice, let us know. We can let somebody know. We can find some additional problems. I've got a program that I can press a button and it'll give me all kinds of transformation questions. So it's not hard to come up with them, okay? Good luck on your practice.